Beautiful music this morning as it's we had 9 minutes towards 8 o'clock here on the program, and it is such a pleasure to be broadcasting from Dullstroom. It's beautiful, it's freezing, it's quaint, it's adorable. I don't know, I can't think of all the words to describe it, but it's just an absolutely beautiful, beautiful gem here in South Africa. We absolutely are loving it in every sense of the word. So, all right, let's now talk a little bit more about tourism in South Africa in general, and not necessarily just in Mpumalanga. So joining us now at the launch of Tourism Month. Now, obviously, Tourism Month is only in September, but the Department of Tourism decided to do it a little bit earlier to try and get South Africans more aware of the things that they can do when September does come around to enhance the tourism product. So with me now, I've got Sisa Ntshona, who, of course, is the CEO of SA Tourism. So nice to be with you here.
Good morning. How are you doing?
Yeah, very well. The last time we chatted, we were standing on a bridge in the middle of the Sea of Durban.
Summer, everything, yeah?
Amazing. And now we're in winter.
Well, let us go to show, I mean, the diversity of this country. You can literally move from one province to the other and get a completely different view. So, absolutely.
Yeah, it's a fantastic place, though. I mean, and when I was speaking to the MEC in charge of tourism here in the province, I was blown away as to how well Mpumalanga is doing. I mean, they are breaking records when it comes to tourism.
Yeah, it's a special place, definitely. And we can definitely do more. I think the demand from Mpumalanga is really increasing. I mean, we had a conversation the other day from our Italy market. They full up on Mpumalanga. There's just no more capacity. So we really want to grow the space and bring new experiences and also capacity into Mpumalanga.
All right, so we know that going into September is Tourism Month. We're still a month away from it, however. I gave my reasoning as to why I think they decided to launch it earlier. From your perspective, do you think it's a good thing that we're launching it earlier than as opposed to like the day before September?
Absolutely. I think it's about really raising the profile of tourism within South Africa. For South Africans to understand and recognize that tourism is a space that can help us to actually jumpstart this economy. It is inclusive. It also is very labor absorptive as well. So Tourism Month launch is really about saying to South Africa, making people aware, and everyone has a role to play. I think we've been starting this movement that we call I Do Tourism, We Do Tourism. And it's really about sensitizing each and every single South African. Everyone has a role to play, whether you're a CEO of a top company to the street sweeper. All of us are playing a role within that ecosystem and make sure that we become a hospitable country.
Yeah. You talk about SA Tourism's 5-in-5 strategy. What is that? Explain it to me.
Well, I think that's my accounting side coming through. There has to be some numbers involved there.
Exactly.
I think we keep on talking about, tourism as being the growth sector. And 5-in-5 is merely just an expression of saying we want to grow the tourism numbers in South Africa by 5 million in 5 years' time. So it gives us a target, gives us something to focus on and consistently measure ourselves towards that, so it really is a big drive around it, and we're bringing in the entire 9 provinces to this and say, well, what's your contribution towards this growth space?
Yeah. I mean, I love the fact that this year the focus is on small towns, because these are the real gems. I mean, we're having this conversation with the minister and talking about, really, you find the heart and soul of any country in a small town, and you get to not just explore the whole tourist aspect, you get to explore the life and understand what South Africa is all about. This must be a big thing for you as well, is going into the towns and creating jobs.
Sure. I mean, 2 things I'd like to say. I think the first one, you ask any tourist, they always say, show me where the tourists are not at.
Yes.
Right? No one wants to go where the tourists are at, basically.
Yeah.
The second part is that the trends, are starting to give us indication that immersion is a big feature. People want to interact with people, and they want to be intimate in the experiences they have. In a big town, you can't really quite get that because it's really picturesque and you take pictures all the way through. But in the smaller town, this is where you start interacting with the people, really things that leave an impression on you as you go back either home to your province or somewhere around the world.
Yeah. When we talk about the importance of tourism, and I'm not sure, I mean, some people think we're just doing this, because it's a beautiful thing to do and you're showing it. But let's put this in perspective. How much does tourism contribute to our economy?
100%. I mean, you are very right. It's about the business of tourism that you're also trying to bring through as well. I mean, 3% of our GDP is really made up of tourism. We want to increase that to some serious double-digit growth.
Absolutely.
The second part is you look at tourism is labor absorptive. I mean, the world at the moment is obsessed around the 4th industrial revolution, where robots are taking over people's jobs. But tourism is a natural mitigator to that because it is very labor intensive in itself. And, also as well, we talk about the unemployment that we see in the country. Because this sector is growing, we want to suck in new players that bring in new experiences, different experiences that add to the suite of the offerings of South Africa.
Yeah. It is so important what you're saying, and I don't think we can overemphasize what tourism should do for us. This is possibly the biggest gold mine that we're sitting on top of, and excuse the pun, because it isn't about minerals anymore. I mean, this is something that you cannot get anywhere else, and we need to capitalize on this.
Look, we need to diversify revenue stream as an economy, as a country. At some stage, the stuff on the ground will run out, right? The commodity prices are just tanking at the moment. Tourism is a space that, God has given us this beautiful country that's going to keep on giving over and over again. It is about sucking in new players, new people, those SMEs. We want to give them platforms so they can also become part of this ecosystem that is called tourism. And it's also very wide, It's not only just lodges, but it'd be tour operators, even to the person that supplies soap to the lodges.
Indeed.
That's part of the activity we're looking at.
You and I are on the same page here. We really, really are. It's always a pleasure speaking to you. Thank you so much for joining us on the program. This is the CEO of SA Tourism, Sisa Ntshona, just talking about the business of tourism. It is huge. It is massive. It's something that needs to grow. 3% is not enough. I mean, what is it that you need? What more do you need? We have everything. And when people come here from overseas, it is value for money with our currency at the rates it is. All right, let's take a break. We've got the news for you at 8 o'clock. We've got more from Dullstroom as well in the second hour and the next hour here on the program. Stay tuned.